Did you know that your thyroid function can directly influence your intestinal health? Often, that feeling of bloating, discomfort, and constipation can be linked to your hormonal balance, and the thyroid plays a key role in this. But how exactly can this little gland in your neck impact on something as essential as intestinal transit? In this video, we'll uncover this unexpected connection and show you what you can do to relieve constipation, starting with taking care of your thyroid. Let's get started. The thyroid is a small gland located at the front of the neck, but with a powerful role in regulating the body's entire metabolism. It produces hormones that directly influence the rhythm at which organs function, including the digestive system. These hormones, mainly triiodothyronine, known as T3, and thyroxine, T4, determine the speed at which cells work, affecting energy expenditure and the efficiency of bodily processes such as digestion. Hypothyroidism is a condition in which the thyroid does not produce enough hormones to meet the body's needs. When thyroid hormone levels drop, metabolism slows down, affecting various bodily functions, including the digestive system. One of the most common and annoying symptoms of hypothyroidism is constipation. Reduced production of thyroid hormones causes the intestinal muscles, which are responsible for moving food and waste through the digestive system, to work more slowly. With slower intestinal transit, the stools remain in the intestine for longer, which causes greater absorption of water and makes them drier and more difficult to eliminate. This process can result in chronic constipation and bring daily discomfort to hypothyroid sufferers. People with hypothyroidism, especially if undiagnosed or without adequate treatment, may find it more difficult to regulate their bowel rhythm with dietary or lifestyle changes alone. Constipation, in this case, can be an important sign that something isn't working right with the thyroid, and an extra reason to seek medical advice and investigate hormonal function. Constipation associated with thyroid problems, such as hypothyroidism, has some specific characteristics that help differentiate it from common constipation. People with thyroid dysfunction may experience symptoms that go beyond difficulty evacuating and extend to other areas of intestinal well-being. One of the most typical signs is the presence of dry, hard stools, the result of slower intestinal transit, which allows excessive absorption of water by the intestine. This constipation is usually accompanied by abdominal bloating, gas, and a feeling of constant discomfort, as if the bowel was never completely emptied. In addition, it is common for these symptoms to be present more persistently and without adequate relief, even with the use of mild laxatives or occasional changes in diet. Another indication may be the association with symptoms typical of hypothyroidism, such as excessive tiredness, weight gain, dry skin, and cold intolerance, as these are signs that thyroid function may be compromised. Recognizing these specific symptoms is key, as they help differentiate constipation caused by thyroid problems from other more common causes, indicating the need to investigate and treat the underlying condition so that digestive symptoms can be effectively relieved. For those dealing with thyroid-related constipation, there are some approaches that can help relieve symptoms and improve intestinal health. It's not just about a single solution, but a combination of habits that together can make a difference. Let's take a look at how you can take care of your gut with simple, practical changes in your daily life. 1. Diet. Diet is one of the main allies in the fight against constipation. Foods rich in fiber, such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and seeds, help increase stool volume and facilitate intestinal transit. In addition, specific nutrients such as selenium, zinc, and iodine are important for thyroid health. Selenium and zinc, for example, help convert the hormone T4 into T3, which can support a more efficient metabolism. Incorporating foods such as Brazil nuts, rich in selenium, seafood, and eggs can help maintain levels of these nutrients, promoting both thyroid health and better digestive function. 2. Hydration. Staying hydrated is essential for those with constipation, especially for those with an underactive thyroid, which can slow down the body's absorption of water. Adequate hydration helps to keep stools softer and facilitates their passage through the intestine. In addition to water, including herbal teas, natural juices, and coconut water can be a way of increasing fluid intake. However, it is pure water that really ensures the expected effect on intestinal transit, so keeping a bottle handy and making a conscious effort to drink throughout the day can be extremely beneficial. Before I go any further, if you're learning about the thyroid and want to delve even deeper into your health, check out the video description for my exclusive ebook with valuable information and practical tips to better understand your thyroid health. Also, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join our community to find out more. 3. Physical activity. Regular physical exercise is a natural stimulus for the gut. Physical activities such as walking, yoga, Pilates, and light aerobic exercise activate the body's muscles, including those of the digestive system, which helps speed up intestinal transit. In addition, exercise increases metabolism, which is a double benefit for those with hypothyroidism, as it helps combat the general sluggishness of the body. Incorporating at least 30 minutes of physical activity every day can make a big difference to constipation and also to general well-being. 4. Supplements. In some cases, it may be interesting to consider supplementation, especially if the diet is not meeting the daily requirements of important nutrients. Fiber supplements, such as psyllium and oat bran, can be useful for adding bulk to the stool and facilitating evacuation. Magnesium is also commonly recommended for constipation, as it helps relax the muscles of the digestive tract. In addition, selenium, zinc, and probiotic supplements can be beneficial for those with hypothyroidism, helping to balance thyroid function and promote a healthy gut. It is always advisable to talk to a health professional before starting any supplementation to tailor it to your individual needs. These practices, when combined, can help improve constipation and promote a more balanced and healthy life, especially for those dealing with thyroid dysfunction. Having said all that, constipation can indeed be a sign of thyroid problems, especially in cases of hypothyroidism, where the metabolism slows down and intestinal transit becomes slower. However, it is not exclusively linked to this gland. There are other factors that can contribute to constipation, and understanding these factors is essential to dealing with the problem effectively. Sleep, for example, plays an important role. When we sleep poorly or at irregular times, the body loses the natural rhythm that aids digestion and intestinal function. Similarly, stress and anxiety have a significant impact. The increase in cortisol, the stress hormone, can hinder digestion and lead to constipation. In addition, some medications, including certain thyroid drugs, can have constipation as a side effect. Another factor to consider is the balance of intestinal bacteria. The health of our microbiome is fundamental to the functioning of the digestive system, and if gut bacteria are out of balance, this can cause or worsen constipation. That's why it's important to keep an eye on what might be influencing your gut. Observe the foods you eat during the day, and identify those that can make digestion difficult or dry out your stools. Pay attention to your sleep, look for methods to manage stress, and see if any medication you are taking could be linked to the problem. With this careful analysis, you can better understand what is affecting your body and make the necessary changes to achieve greater intestinal well-being. When it comes to thyroid-related constipation, self-care practices and good symptom monitoring can be valuable allies. Monitoring symptoms can be useful to notice any changes in bowel rhythm or thyroid-related symptoms, which can indicate whether the strategies adopted are being effective. It can also help to identify foods or habits that make constipation worse, making it easier to make adjustments to your routine to improve your gut health. It's important to remember that although self-care plays an important role, medical follow-up is essential. An endocrinologist can assess your thyroid function in more detail and adjust your medication if necessary. They can also recommend specific tests to monitor hormone levels and recommend other approaches if you need additional support. Now you know the link between the thyroid and constipation, and you know that taking care of this little gland can make a big difference to your intestinal comfort and well-being. Small adjustments to your lifestyle, diet, and daily routine can help improve both thyroid function and intestinal transit. Remember, every step you take towards hormonal and digestive balance is an investment in your health. If this content has helped you, share it with someone who could also benefit, and leave a comment with your experiences and questions. Together, we can learn more and live better. What about you? Have you ever had a problem like this with constipation and then found out it was all thyroid-related? Did you feel any difference when you changed some foods or medicines? Tell us your story in the comments, and let's share experiences. See you in the next video.